Next up in the Championship, it's a trip to the Bet365 Stadium to take on Stoke. To help us preview that one, I'm pleased to say that Rori Thomas is joining us from the Boothen Roarcast. Have I got that right, Rory?
Yeah, that's right.
What have you made to the start of the season, your first 9 games? How's it going?
I think given some of the performances we've been having, I think we've had some pretty decent performances to start, but it's sort of we've been scoring off of set pieces. We've not been having many shots on target, meaning everyone's turning against the manager so quickly. But obviously, after the Bristol performance, we were 2-0 down in 15 minutes, and then to come back and win it 3-2, it was crazy. And as a Stoke fan who gets quite irritated easily with a team that can't seem to win a game with such a good team and such a high level, it's pretty baffling. But yeah, difficult.
Has there been a lot of unrest amongst the fans? What's the general sort of feeling at the moment?
I think at the minute everyone's happy, obviously, especially for the young lad Nathan Lowe who scored his first goal and the winning goal yesterday. But I think between our fans, someone has one opinion and another fan has another, and they clash quite quickly. But it's still, obviously, an opinion's an opinion between our fans. But given, obviously, the win, it's quite positive at the minute, but it hasn't been positive. It was not positive for the first 20, 30 minutes yesterday.
So were you expecting better things from this season? Did you expect to be this end of the table where you are at the moment? Were you a bit more optimistic coming into the season?
Yeah, I think a lot of the fans, obviously, I know myself, I was buzzing for the season because obviously we brought the likes of Andre Vidigal in, Ryan Mai, and we've got these such good players, and with the level that they're at, and it's just like you're thinking, right, we're going to go into the season, we've got this plan, we've got the manager, we've got the back team squad, so I can't see why we can't have such a good performance. I mean, obviously we played well against Rotherham in the 4-1 win, and then it just sort of dipped from there slowly. So it was quite shocking.
Am I right in saying you had a lot of summer signings coming in, though? A lot of new faces over the summer. So do they need a bit more time? Is it taking a while to gel? Because I know we've had the same people coming and going.
Yeah, we signed 18 players. Obviously, we only have 17 now because Chiquinho had 4 games with us and Alex Neil let him go. Obviously, we don't know the full backstory to that as to why, but he's gone now. But a lot of the fans, the excuse after every so loss is we've got such a squad. Half of the lads aren't English; they haven't seen the English league, and they need the time to gel. But now the fans are giving up with they need time to gel excuse, and they need to be putting out performances because we're at the end of September and we're sat 16th with such a good squad. I mean, yesterday we were 22nd, like 20 minutes into the game, and it was like we're done. But I think it was a good comeback, and yeah.
Well, we'll get your view on the game on Tuesday in just a moment. I mean, Glen, historically not a high-scoring game. I think when we were checking the records, was it 0-0 the last time we played them when Pellegrino was manager? Must have been 2018, I think.
I mean, those are bad old days, and that's
the dark days, as we call them.
That's a long time ago. It's amazing how quick time goes, because I saw this is Stoke's 5th season in the Championship, having been relegated. So I think it's a little bit of a cautionary tale of what can happen. Obviously, the parachute payments are stopped there now, so it's difficult once you get stuck into that. I'm not really sure what sort of game this is going to be, because obviously the Stoke that I knew and that most of us remember from the Premier League days is long gone. The Tony Pulis manager for 10 odd years or whatever.
Peter Crouch scoring the winner.
Yeah, and that sort of team, obviously that's long gone. I remember them appointing Mark Hughes to try and change the style, and that eventually led to getting relegated. And of course you had our mate Nathan Jones as manager. How did that work out for you guys? Yeah, he was something else, wasn't he? So I'm not really too sure what to expect from this game, but just looking at the league position that Stoke find themselves in, and the sort of slight unrest that seems to be happening down there, in view of us having sort of stop the rot a little bit with beating Leeds at the weekend. I think we should certainly be going there targeting a win. I don't think it will be an easy game by any stretch of the imagination, but if we go into it with the right attitude and know it's going to be a tough game, I don't see any reason why the sort of the quality we've got, if we put in a performance like we did against Leeds, I don't see any reason why we can't really target a win there.
Alfie, you said it might get worse before it gets better. I think that was. Did you write that this week as well? So podcast last week. So does that mean? Are you thinking that actually it might be all right on Tuesday? Was this where you thought things might start to click and gel?
Yeah, well, when you look at obviously Stoke away and then Rotherham at home, they are more favourable fixtures than Leeds for sure. The result this weekend surprised me, but I think as Glen sort of alluded to, it's definitely a launching platform now. If you win both of these games, 9 points from the 3, and all of a sudden the table, the picture looks totally different. Everybody's behind the manager, everybody's behind the project. What's going on? One little stat though, I think they played 4 midweek league games in 2023, Saints, and they've lost all of them, not scoring a single goal. So they'll need to change that.
There he is. We can always rely on them.
So that's one little bit of negativity. But look, the confidence will be there now. You have to win. Away from home, it'll be the travelling sport. They're always vocal as well. They'll be behind them, and you've got to be targeting the win. I agree with Glen. You have to win that game.
Do you think
they stick with Sportburn, I reckon?
Do you think they stick with the same team, Fraser? I mean, you don't change a winning team, or do you think that'll just depend on the scouting they do on the opponent?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a very different test. I think obviously the back four remains the same, and potentially I think like to be in the midfield, maybe Shea Charles coming in to be a bit more combative in there. I think we will play with a striker. Whether that's Che, I think that might be Che Adams or Armstrong, sort of playing from that right hand side a little bit. The thing I don't like about doing that is it means you haven't really got much of an option to change it up front if you want a different kind of striker, because obviously Sekumara is not really doing it at the moment, and you can't really change it too much up front. But I think he will. I think he will change it, but I think it will be not due to performance at all. I'd like to see. I think Alcaraz might come out of the side, even though it'd be sort of not disappointed to see necessarily. But I think it'd be a shame for him to drop out of the side. But I think he might drop out of this one, play again against Rotherham. I think it'd be a different test as well, because I think I'm right in saying Stoke have Wesley up front. He used to play for the Villa, and he's a bit of a lump, so it'll be a very different test in terms of for Howard Bellis and Bednarak, and that's another reason why I'm glad Bednarak will be there for like Glenn was saying earlier, that sort of physical side of the game. But I think he will change things slightly, and I think we will play potentially a different way. I don't know if he'll keep the diamond for this game, but I don't think it'll be down to a performance of individuals by any means. It would just be a slightly different test, I think.
Are you confident about the game, Rory? What's the mood like going into this one? Is it you think we'll get a point at home, that'd be good, or have you seen some of these results that we've had recently and get that early goal and see what happens?
I think I'm a bit optimistic. I want to go in and think we are going to win, obviously, after our result at the weekend. But obviously, your guys' results against Leeds, I mean, we've got a tendency of scoring off a set piece, and then another 2-3 minutes later, we'll score another off a set piece. That it concedes, and I think that's what knocks us down. But I'm hoping that we can go into the game and win. Obviously, I just hope that Horrible Ballas doesn't score, because he is such a good player. Obviously, playing for Stoke.
Let's get some score predictions. Glenn, as we said, it's been a while. I think it was 0-0 last time. There might have been I think we lost 2-1 as well with Peter Crouch scored last time. So we can't read too much into that, obviously. But obviously the win at the weekend was good. So are you feeling optimistic about this one? Are we gonna score a couple of goals? Maybe keep that clean sheet?
I'll tell you what, I was, until Rory kept mentioning set pieces.
Yeah, that's been a problem for us.
We're a little bit chronic at defending those. So I was actually going to go for a clean sheet win, but I'm not going to now because of that. So I would say I can't help but be optimistic after with Russell Martin's habit of sort of going in of his teams getting streaks of results. Also the fact that he said that we can't just use the Leeds game as that can't be a one-off. I like that quote that he came out with, because he knows there's still things to work on, and I believe he will. So even though it's only in a couple of days, so no, I'll go for a narrow 2-1 win.
Okay, Alfie.
Yeah, I was going to go for a 2-1 win as well, but I will go for the clean sheet. Then I'll go for the 2-0. I know that'll be wrong.
All right, Fraser, this is the bit where we just like pluck some numbers from the air because we always get this wrong. So don't overthink it. If we predict it, it won't happen. So what do you think?
Well, I hate to do this, but I've gone 2-1 as well. I think it's interesting. I thought that Martin actually said after the game on Saturday that he was disappointed we conceded a clean sheet goal because we've been very good at set piece goal, because we've been very good at set piece the last few weeks. So hopefully that continues up in Stoke. But I've gone 2-1 as well. Yeah, 2-1 Saints.
Okay, and Rory, I'm going to push you for a score prediction if you don't mind.
I've had it in my head, but I think it's either going to be a 2-1 win for Stoke or we're going to lose 2-1. I just can see it going either way. Because whenever we seem to predict something, it goes a complete and opposite other way. So I can see it being 2-1 either side.
Do you want to predict a 2-1 win to Southampton then, and hope that you'll be wrong?
Probably, it'd probably be better. But yeah, I think Stoke they're gonna pull out a performance, and I think the worst we'll do this week is draw.
Yeah. Okay. Brilliant. Thanks for coming on. Really useful to get you on. Really good insight as well. And good luck with the rest of the season. We'll probably catch up with you next time we play, if that's all right.
Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you.
Nice one. Cheers, Rory. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.